Percy runs away. Henry, Gordon, and James were shut up for several days. At last, Sir Topham Hatt opened the shed.
"I hope you are sorry,"
he said sternly,
"and understand that you're not so important after all. Thomas, Edward, and Percy have worked the line very nicely. They need a change, and I will let you out if you promise to be good."
"Yes, sir," said the three engines. "We will."
"That's right. But please remember that this no shunting nonsense must stop."
He told Edward, Thomas, and Percy that they could go and play on the branch line for a few days. They ran off happily and found Annie and Clarabelle at the junction. The two coaches were so pleased to see Thomas again, and he took them for a run at once. Edward and Percy played with freight cars. "Stop! Stop! Stop!" screamed the freight cars as they were pushed into their proper sidings. But the two engines laughed and went on shunting till the freight cars were neatly arranged. Next, Edward took some empty freight cars to the quarry, and Percy was left alone. Percy didn't mind that a bit. He liked watching trains and being cheeky to the engines. "Hurry, hurry, hurry!" he would call to them. Gordon, Henry, and James got very cross. After a while, he took some freight cars over the main line to another siding. When they were nice and neat, he ran onto the main line again and waited for the signalman to set the switches so that he could cross back to the yard. Edward had warned Percy. "Be careful on the main line. Whistle to tell the signalman you are there." But Percy didn't remember to whistle, and the signalman was so busy that he forgot about Percy. Bells rang in the signal box. The signalman answered, saying that the line was clear, and set the signals for the next train. Percy waited and waited, but the switches were still against him. He looked along the main line. Rushing straight toward him was Gordon with the express. "Beep, beep," Percy whistled in horror.
"Boop, boop, boop, boop,"
whistled Gordon. His driver shut off the steam and applied the brakes. Percy's driver turned on full steam. "Back, Percy, back," he urged. But Percy's wheels wouldn't turn quickly. Gordon was coming out so fast, it seemed he couldn't stop. With eyes shut, Percy waited for the crash. His driver and fireman jumped out. "Eeeeee!" groaned Gordon. "Get out of my way!" Percy opened his eyes. Gordon had stopped with Percy's buffer a few inches from his own. But Percy had begun to move. "I won't stay here. I'll run away," he puffed. He was soon clear of the station and running as fast as he could. He went through Edward's station, whistling loudly, and was so frightened that he ran right up Gordon's hill without stopping. He was tired. Then he wanted to stop. But he couldn't stop. He had no driver to shut off the steam or to apply the brakes. "I shall have to run till my wheels wear out," he thought sadly. Oh dear, I want to stop. I want to stop," he puffed in a tired sort of way. He passed another signal box. "I know just what you want, little Percy," called the signalman kindly. He set the switches, and Percy puffed wearily into a nice empty siding, ending in a big mound of earth. Percy was too tired now to care where he went. "I want to stop! I want to stop! I have stopped," he puffed thankfully as his bunker buried itself in the mound. "Never mind, Percy," said the workman as they dug him out. "You shall have a drink and some coal, and then you'll feel better." Presently Gordon arrived.
"Well done, Percy. You started so quickly that you stopped a nasty accident."
"I'm sorry I was cheeky," said Percy. "You were clever to stop." Percy now works in the yard and finds coaches for the trains. He is still cheeky because he is that sort of engine, but he is always most careful when he goes on the main line.